Good morning, Smart Means Business viewers. I hope you all had a lovely night. You are joined by Godwin Batuma, your host, as well as Enid Ankunda. I hope you're all having a lovely morning. There's no excuses this morning. It didn't rain like it rained yesterday, so I'm expecting a lot of you guys to be on your way to work and listening to the Smart Means Business segment. We have a lot to get into today. It's an interesting morning. We have a lot to discuss regarding revolutionizing the tourism sector and the cutting edge technologies that are possibly affecting the tourist sector and how we can sort of adapt to that. There's a lot that we are going to discuss. I want to say a shout out to all our viewers in Botswana, viewers in the UK, we have our viewers in East Africa, North Africa, we're international, so it's a pleasure to have you all in today. Welcome to Smart Means Business, where we drive business. I'm joined by Enid Ankunda. Enid, good morning. How was your night?
Good morning. My night was good, and it's a very beautiful morning today. Actually, it didn't rain. We have no disturbances. Therefore, our dear viewers, you do not have an excuse for not going to work today. And then, why should you be late? The traffic is also not that bad.
Right,
so
it's clear, yeah.
It's a bright morning. Please get up and join us today as we're going to drive your business. This is Smart 24 TV, and today we are talking about the revolutionizing the tourism trends and all that. So join us today. It's yet another morning for us to, drive your business.
Right. So Mercy, today we're getting into some interesting topics. I mean, we're in the festive season at this time. We have a lot of people that are traveling in. I know a few relatives who are already here for weddings. They're here for family gatherings. They're here for kuhinjiras, gabobjeni, all that stuff is, we're all ready for it right now. So I don't know, the travel experience has completely changed right now. It's completely changing how we book our tours, how we book our hotels, because with the revolutionizing of the tourism sector, right?
Yeah.
We're finding that a lot of people now are reliant on, let's say, AI technology to be able to book them the best destinations. They're reliant on AI technology to be able to give them the best deals, right? Before it used to be just a booking agent.
Yeah.
So you have a booking agent, book your nice hotel. And conversely, we have a lot of our domestic people who are planning to travel to the US, planning to travel to Seychelles, Maldives. You know how those Ugandans have gotten a good... The vacations have already started, and I'm pretty sure a lot of the people were planning from prior. But now we're seeing that the way in which people are planning for travel has completely changed. The landscape for travel is changing, right? Before you used to book an agent for Dubai, now you can just do it online, get you a really good deal. It's cutting out the middleman. I don't know, what are your thoughts on that, and what the change is regarding this change in tourism and the trends?
I feel like it's a good thing to me to adapt to such new trends, because today, I mean, I can book a place and I don't need to physically be there or send someone there. I can see everything online. I can get to know, okay, this is going to be my room and all that. So I first get the experience even before I'm there. And I feel like it's a good thing, because gone are the days whereby you would book let me say a hotel room, and when you get there, you'll be like, oh my goodness, I cannot sleep here.
That's such an important point. I don't know how many times that happens, right? You book a hotel, it looked really good online, and you weren't even able to understand the reviews or properly analyze the reviews. So you're thinking, it looks good on paper. Their website looks nice. Before we used to rely on websites. Now websites are sort of slowly dying out. We have more targeted advertising, right? So it's not just about the website. We have the analytics. So what the AI is doing, it's basically getting into the internet and grabbing all kinds of analytics. What are those analytics looking like? People's reviews, right? The stars of the hotel. Is the chef any good?
Exactly.
Is he recommended by more than 10 people? So we have more focused advertising, and we're more conscious about where we're going. So I won't go to a hotel that has bed bugs.
I know.
Or the toilet isn't clean, and you're like, I wish I knew, and you paid $500 a night, and it's expensive.
And it's even like getting in a new place. For example, you've gone to tour those places up country, and then you get in a place and you don't know where the hotels are. I think these technologies are helping us, because I'm able to use my, let me say, the GPS and all that, or I'm able to go and visit the travel sites and the agencies, and I can easier get accommodation. It's not like the days where you have to drive around an area to look for a hotel.
It's amazing.
So this is good.
That's such a good point. Like you get into a place and you're just starting afresh, and you have to ask the locals. And because you're asking the locals, how much is this hotel? They'll tell you, give me this money and I'll take you there. Or they'll even lie, or they'll connive with the people at the hotel space. So you find that you're cheated, especially if you're a foreigner who's unfamiliar with the territory, you're unfamiliar with the people, you're unfamiliar with the pricing. So you find nowadays, the Muzungu will come here and you tell you, Nedanze, Sikuwalu Kumi, on said day. You understand? Because
Yes.
now they understand the
Yes.
pricing, they're able to have people that are able to guide them better. But let's talk about the apps and mobile technology and how that has completely changed the face of technology right now. Let's talk about Airbnb, right? The Airbnb apps. Before, people were just getting to spaces and book hotels. But now people are finding that, listen, I can still travel on a budget. Before, you had to have a lot of money saved up throughout the year
Yes.
to be able to travel and live luxury. But now you find you can book a really nice homestead in Zanzibar, a really nice homestead in Mauritius. I mean, I've been to Mauritius, and I was shocked that we were able to book out like a homestead type setting, right, when we went. So we didn't have to book out a really expensive hotel because those are one of the biggest destinations in Africa, so it's very expensive. But now you're able to get someone's space. So they book out like the top area of their house, and the downstairs they're using it for themselves. So they give you everything on the house. You pay, instead of paying like $300 a night, you end up paying about $150 a night, half the price. And they give you, let's say, food, breakfast is included in that, and then you're able to just pay for amenities like when you're going out and then shopping. So you find that now because of the Airbnb apps, you're able to book a homestead, you're able to book a home, right? And a home that is nice. You can book a home with a pool, and you have like 5 people. So if the whole house is $500 a night, you split it amongst yourselves, and the whole house is yours. You don't have to wait on a hotel or on a corner store or something like that to come and help you out, and everything is provided for. So that has completely changed the face. I don't know what your thoughts on that. Have you booked an Airbnb before?
I would say in Ginger.
Okay, yes,
then,
Ginger.
Yes, but it's a good feeling because first of all, before I even get to go there, I've already done my bookings. I'm not worried that, oh my God, I'm going to get there at midnight and I have nowhere to go. They know your check-in time. They know the time you're going to be there. So I feel like it's a good experience because, you know, when it comes to hotels, it's not like I'm saying they're not good or what, but then these free spaces give us, there's that feeling, it's as though you're home.
It's like family, right?
Exactly.
And I think that's what has completely changed in the face of tourism now. Is people aren't looking to just go and live a stiff life in a hotel and say, oh, I was in a 5-star hotel, which a lot of people still love that feeling of being warmed and dined in a 5-star hotel. But I would love to travel to a country and feel the warminess of it, right? So you're able to, let's say, cook for yourself. You have a shared kitchen. All you have to do is just buy the food. You have a whole big house with a pool to yourselves. So if you're with your friends, you can have a drink, scream, shout, take
and
videos.
You know no one is going to be
and no
like,
one is going to say, shh, this is a private hotel, you can't scream like that. So you have a little more freedom, and I feel like people are craving that much more of that serenity, that freedom that comes
like
with
travel. Like they want to get now, the tourism is moving to a more experimental form of, you know, because I want to experience, I want to have this feeling of, yo, if I'm to come back here, then this has to be even more better.
It's interesting, right? And to that point, we're talking about like real-time real-time knowledge of what's happening. So if I was in Mauritius right now, because of Instagram, because of Facebook, because of Snapchat, and because of Instagram Live, I can live stream myself by the water. It's giving me an in-depth experience. So I can be here in the studio and I'm watching someone in Mauritius right now, and I can think of booking a ticket. Before, you'd have to wait for, I'll look through the website and hope that the experience is going to be nice. But now you can actually see real-time information. You're like, wait, this is happening right now. These guys have a new pool right now, or they have new amenities. Or Dubai has that new swing I didn't know about. So you're able to get real-time information on these tourist spaces, and it allows you to go in with a more informed and in-depth, I think, knowledge. That's what technology has definitely done for us. I don't know, what do you think about that?
I feel like it's a good thing because, you know, now that we have the new trends, there's this feeling of, it's now not more of where we had to do is it the augmented?
Yes.
Sort of. So it's now I would say the virtual reality, because I'm able now to see what I'm going to experience before I even get there. So I'm imagining myself and I'm in this nice space and the pools and, you know, I've gone for a vacation or something. So I would feel like, you know what, I need to be here. Even before I get there physically, I'm like, yo, I need to be here because we now have the virtual apps and all that. They give us that experience.
And that's really good. That's a really good point about the virtual apps. And in the same space, we also have the peer-to-peer platforms. So what happens, a lot of these apps have understood that they can work in tandem with each other. They can work together. So if there's an amenity that this particular place might not have, let's say this hotel you've booked a hotel for the night, but they know fully that they may not have the best restaurant experience. So what they do is they sort of link you up like, hey, listen, if you this up, they have all the nice restaurants around town. So you find that the hotels are also liaising with the little restaurants around the area, around the little places. So they have like those good deals. So you know, like these travel people who come in, tour guides, they already have these deals on all these hotels, and I see it all the time when I was at Naguru Skies. You find that these guys are booked out to someone at the airport always comes and says, listen, this is a booking for Naguru Skies. But as you're going to Naguru Skies, those guys, the tour guides, right? So they'll know that I'm getting from Naguru Skies in the morning, I'm taking you to this restaurant. They're also getting a particular cut. So we're having a lot of the peer-to-peer platforms working together, not just one restaurant saying, just book us, we'll have everything for you. And they understand you can't provide everything. So they're saying, no, I have other friends who can give you the whole experience. As long as I'm getting something, you also get something. I think that has changed a lot, right?
That's a good trait.
Yeah. So we're also saying that, of course, how tourism, of course, has been revolutionized in Africa as a whole, right? As we've talked about personalized travel experiences. We're seeing AI-powered tools are analyzing tourist data to provide personalized recommendations for destinations, which we just talked about. And of course, activities, accommodations that align with the individual preferences. So with an individualized experience, you're not just booking for and hoping. I'm going to get there and figure out what I get to do. They will ask you things like, do you love to swim? Do you love to travel? Do you love nature? Because of that, you're able to say, as I'm coming to Uganda, they'll take me to Mbwindi Penetrable Forest, or I'll go to Chidopo Valley Park. There's spaces you're able to know. It's individualizing you. And there are those who just maybe want to come to the country to just tour the buildings. So with that, they'll take you to different nice hotels, different amenities. So with this personalized experience, people are able to go to a country knowing all the activities. You know when you're going to Dubai, you know that day one is at safari, then day two I'll be doing this. So you have a personalized experience as you're traveling, which is what has changed. And we're also having predictive analytics, as we talked about before. So AI algorithms are analyzing tourist patterns and trends to predict demand and optimize pricing strategies. So this is helping businesses make informed decisions and avoid overbooking or underselling. So this is also important, and I think you can speak to this. For the business person, I mean the hotels, the restaurants in the area, it's equally as important for them. The AI tools are helping them, as well as the tourist. Can you imagine? So now they're able to understand, should I overbook based on what I'm seeing, based on the analytics that I'm looking at? Should I overbook my hotel out, or should I underbook it? Or am I going to be, am I going to bite on more than I can chew? So I don't know what to think about all this revolutionizing of this experience.
I feel like with AI, it's now much better because I'm able to do my bookings, and at the same time, I'm able to know what I'm booking. And it also helps now, for example, the hotel managers and all that, because you're now able, you know that your AI is going to help you and it will fix the prices. Because you'll you'll set the prices, but there are those logarithms, like you said, that will help you set prices that are not going to scare away your customers and be like, oh my goodness, what am I booking? Exactly. What am I booking this place for? This is very expensive or something. So with the help of AI, we're able to know these things. I'm able to book my travel destinations. My AI is going to help me to know even where to book, because it will give me, let me say, I would be like, I want a place that has maybe a pool, I want a place that has maybe like a park, and it will bring me options. And it also helps the business person as well to understand the kind of clientele is coming in. So he's going to understand, should I reduce the pricing because I think I'm getting a lot of hipsters, or I'm getting a lot of backpackers, the backpackers that just come on a budget. So it helps you analyze the kind of person based on their experiences before and the pricing and where they've been paying. It helps them understand better. What kind of people are we getting in? Should we reduce the prices? Should we give better packages? And what period of time should we increase the prices? Should we reduce? So it's a very interesting topic, and we're going to continue having this conversation as the day goes on regarding the revolutionizing of the tourist strategies and technology. So right now we're going to have a short break and go into the news update. Welcome back. So we have a lot that we are going to get into regarding what's happening. Enid will be taking us through the new vision, and I'll be taking you through the Daily Monitor this morning. There's quite some interesting topics as I'm seeing here. Government sets new terms for land registration. So we're seeing here the Ministry of Lands wants all duly registered landowners to update their communication details, including acquiring postal addresses
through the ministry can directly relay any updates concerning transactions on their property as part of their plans to curb fraud. That is an interesting conversation. It's going to be able to curb fraudulence regarding land grabbing, land stealing. It's something we discussed before. What's happening in the Daily Monitor?
Here we have new criminal gang targets business, and then over 800 million stolen from 8 districts in a week. Wow. Then Uganda's diabetes burden worsens, and Justice Musoke vetted for Judicial Service Commission. And then Speaker directives to start to bite opposition MPs. Muslim land, UMSC seeks talks with buyer. Then Ugandan tycoon Amos Nzei buys Pepsi Kenya. Wow.
Well, that's interesting. And we're also seeing here in the national news that, of course, members of parliament subscribing to the opposition are demanding government to account for the whereabouts of their supporters whom the alleged security forces are holding in Munikado. So we see that and more in the new vision as you look through. And then, of course, continuing the conversation about land registration, because I know lots of people are interested in that, all the people that want to buy land.
Oh, yeah.
So government sets new terms for land registration. So we see here that Mr. James Arinitwe, the Chief Executive Officer for the Posta Uganda, says only 90,000 Ugandans in a country of 45 million own physical post addresses.
Wow.
While 1.2 million have electronic post addresses, which is e-addresses. Can you imagine that? So existing and prospective landowners in Uganda must obtain a postal address linked to their particulars on national identity cards or passports, the government has said. So your actual physical address has to be linked to your national identity cards as well. And that's going to affect, of course, the registration in that way.
Then here we also have minimizing effect. Oil pipeline to cross 2 rivers and wetlands. Then the UETCL completes Achua Kago Karuma Kawanda power lines.
Okay.
Then
that's interesting.
Business?
So also, as you're looking for the business, we see here we have top entrepreneurs awarded as Rising Woman 6th edition ends. So we're seeing here Bayaya Specialty Coffee Limited, Fidas Yoga Fruit Limited and Nafoyo Limited were recognized as the top winners. You can see all that in the national news.
Then here we have SGR roads, key to boosting ESC trade. And that's a good thing.
That's interesting. So we're also seeing here manufacturers, traders cry foul over imported cement. So we see here they fault the rampant cement smuggling to weak enforcement systems, saying the smugglers use even the gazetted borders where they pay some money to the enforcement officers and cross easily. So that is an interesting conversation in the national news of the New Vision.
Then here in the business sector, we have Kasita Awards New Vision URA for exceptional performance. Okay.
Oh, interesting, right? So we're seeing here Museveni is now drinking the water that washed his feet. That's one of the headlines we're seeing in the Daily Monitor. So we see here in many African settings, there are sayings of the wise which warn of the risk of falling or washing one's feet in the community's water source. That's an interesting conversation in the Daily Monitor as we see. And of course, we're seeing here, of course, regarding COVID, to avoid being caught pants down again, accelerate integration of COVID-19 into routine immunization. So we're seeing here that African nations need to collaborate on unprecedented scale sharing resources, knowledge and host practices to succeed in this field. A story written by Noella Musundi that you can check out in the in the Daily Monitor. What else are we having in the news?
Scouts board clears the air on land controversy. I think land is becoming an issue these days. Actually, it has always been. But
I mean, there was a whole conversation, I think, a month ago about government possibly securing ownership of all land in Uganda. It was in the news, and we're thinking, what? Why would they own all the land in Uganda? That's just risky. So we also see central bank digital currencies raise privacy concerns. So central bank digital currencies risk killing commercial bank since customers could convert their deposits to virtual currency, leading to bank runs. That's an interesting conversation there.
Okay, I think that is all we have. Then here, committee directives start to bite as opposition lawmaker is tossed out.
Great. And we're also seeing strategies for forming resilient supply chains. That's another conversation that's been written in the Daily Monitor. So a good understanding of the product, its demand in terms of quantity, seasonality, and locations is critical to supply chain planning and optimization. So we are getting into our traffic update as we speak right now. That was all for the news update. We are joined by Andrew Barija, who's going to be taking us through the traffic. Yes, Andrew, good morning.
And of course, it's a great pleasure. I'm Andrew Barija coming live here at the Wandega Traffic Lights Junction, and definitely getting to observe what the traffic situation is like here. But of course, the general observation ever since I actually arrived here, it's quite heavily congested. So for the people that are coming into any areas that are likely to link up to this particular area, you're likely to be slightly delayed today as you're heading to execute your different objectives, or it could be work-related aspects here. Now, of course, to kickstart off here, we shall take a look at the Makere Road, definitely, which links out to quite a number of routes to people that are coming from those areas. Most especially, I'm trying to talk about the Sir Apollo Junction in there, which connects straight to Boise. That is at La Grande Hotel. It seems to be quite largely congested actually before you can actually come this side towards the Makere Road. So all those, and remember also, this is one of the roads that is actually marginally inflated with traffic lights. So that clearly explains why the situation is like the way it is. Because if you can actually observe way back at the tip up there, there is quite, that is near the Makere University main gate. There is quite a huge number of vehicles that are held in there that are yet to be released to come over this side and head to the different destinations. So that is how it is standing like here. And also away from the main gate, Makere University main gate traffic lights, you're coming down to the actual traffic lights. There is also still another stop over here as the vehicles are held for an interval of about 2 to 3 minutes before they are released to head to the different destinations. So that is what we are observing, the situation like here, as the traffic officers are definitely here making sure that everything is under control, perfect control, to ensure that there is no any traffic related accidents, you know, which come as a result due to quite a number of vehicles, of course, public, private, all kinds of vehicles around here. So it's that a responsibility. Now, away from that, we can switch our eyes and take a look at Bombo Road. Here, quite a vehicles held, just released right now as we speak, but still that doesn't rule out the fact that, remember, this connects all the way, that is to the roundabout there, which heads to Boise. I mean, I'm talking about people that are coming in from areas like Maganja, which are likely to link up to this particular route. Yes, it's quite a little bit, of course, when I came here, the vehicles had been held for about 7 minutes. So right now they are just being set free, but that's not a guarantee for the people that are coming in that are likely to use this route, most especially those coming in from Boise, coming in from Tuga, Maganjo. Of course, it's not a guarantee that you'll be in position to reach in time. It's something just to understand that it will require some degree of patience. That is, if you're to make it onto the right time. Yes, we're just right here, the Wandega, and definitely quite a number of routes that link up to this place. And now let's switch our eyes and take a look towards for the people that are coming in from Mulago, most especially, and you're likely to use the Mulago roundabout, and you're coming towards Wandega. Yeah, you're likely not to be delayed so much because, according to my observation, the vehicles are just held for just about 2 to 3 minutes. Even as I speak right now, some are about to be let go and head to the different destinations. So for the people that are coming in from Mulago, and you're probably coming to town, well, chances are high that actually you'll be in position to reach in time, though you will just have to be a little bit patient and lower your expectations, most especially as far as reaching early is concerned. Of course, you may not reach the earliest, but at least to some degree you will. So that is for the people. Actually, this also connects to the people that are coming in from Kamocha and you're coming towards town. Yes, the Mulago roundabout. Actually, when I passed by there, it was a little bit congested coming in down here. So that is the situation like how it is standing right there. Now, of course, there is a fast congestion at the roundabout, and even when you skip it here, there is another challenge in there. Well, now, let's take a look for the people that are heading towards the city center. Now, we take a look at the Kampala Road. Yeah, definitely vehicles heading into that perspective. Today, there is not really much congestion, according to my observation. Yeah, you can see they are let go, except in the middle right there, as you're heading towards the city center. Probably it poses a little bit of a threat of a congestion, because I can see the huge fleet of the vehicles that have been on the Makere Road has just been set free to head in there, and of course accompanied with another group of vehicles that came all the way. That is from the Mulago Road heading in there. But of course, the traffic officers make sure that there is quite a balance when it comes to the rate at which these vehicles are released to head to the different destinations. And of course, some are branching off YMCA, heading to Nakasero side, and so many areas to execute what they ought to execute. But that is the situation. Like, it's getting much more thicker every other minute. You can really see for the people, if you're probably coming in from Kamocha, you're coming in from Lago and heading towards the city center right now, you're likely to be a little bit delayed because of the fleet that is coming in from the Makere Road, and it's heading towards that very side. So that really explains the actual situation that is happening right there. So you gotta be patient, keep it in there, as of course you wait on with the traffic authorities that are responsible to control the congestion. And probably finally, like I told you here, for the people that are coming in from Lago, it's just the right time when they're being set free. Majority of them actually heading towards Makere Road and proceed to other different destinations right here. But they have been held for about 5 minutes since they had been stopped from that way. That's why I told you, you gotta lower down your expectations a little bit, most especially when it comes to reaching early at work. Though you will be able to reach early, because I love the way the traffic is controlled here. It's way balanced, and to the extent that sometimes majority of them, once they are set free, released to head to their different destinations, you can see there is quite a huge space. There is a huge gap. So definitely that shows you that the traffic is entirely under control. Well, that is it for the traffic updates this morning. I've been Andrew Barige, and of course at this time I'm going to take you back to studio with Enid and Godwin.
Thank you very much, Andrew Barige. Thank you so much for the traffic update. As you can see, it's quite busy where he's at, and the traffic is coming in. Yes, we're going to take a very short break and be back for Karibu East Africa.